Yo, gamers! What is good? Squirrely here. Thank you so much for joining me as always. Today's a very special video, which I say every single video, because it's a special topic to me. I want to cover what would happen in the best case scenario, every TF2 player's dream, if you had the ultimate beginner's luck. Meaning, you unbox like the most god tier, rare, expensive item on your first crate. You play MVM and you get the infamous golden pan on your very first tour. And then you go and you unbox an unusual weapon, the most rare, god tier, elite grade, stat track, factory new weapon. Like the best case scenario in all areas TF2 when it comes to gambling and unboxing. And in the perfect world when everything is going your way in the TF2 universe, just how awesome could it be? How many keys would you get? How much cash could this be? What would you do with it? What are your options? Like just the best of the best of the best, the ultimate bliss, the ultimate heaven, the TF2 experience as a trader, as a player, as an unboxer. How good could this really be? Because I think it's something you don't really ever think about. You always just think about how tough it is to get these really nice items. But if you just got them, boom, on your first try every single time, that is just crazy. So let's look at that today and just run this experiment out. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. And there should be, like with all my videos, a moral to the story and give you guys some things to think about at the very end. So let's run through this scenario. If you had the ultimate beginner's luck, the very first time you do something, you get the best case scenario. Now I'm going to eliminate the chance that you play multiple times, you unbox multiple times and you keep getting high tier items. I don't want to do that. I just want to do once and done, the best case scenario, beginner's luck in 3 different categories. So let's say you unbox a crate, you unbox the ultimate item in TF2, which is the Burning Team Captain. As far as I know, the most expensive item. So let's say you unbox a Burning TC, brand new, super clean. Then you go and play MVM. It only takes you 3 or 4 tickets. You finish a tour. You get a golden pan with like the best streaker, the best effect. And then you go in, you unbox a case because you won a weapon. You get a god tier, elite grade, factory new stat track weapon. So this is literally as good as it can get. You cannot go any higher, any more rare, any more expensive than this. Your first time doing everything you try. It's just the ultimate best case scenario. And let's actually break it down into keys, into money, and see how you would come out with this. So the Burning Team Captain, the highest price, the highest sale that I've seen is about $14,000 for a clean Burning TC. That puts you in a price range of anywhere from 7,600 keys to 8,300 keys. Then if you went and you played MVM, got your golden pan. I sold mine not too long ago for $3,350, but they seem to have gone down a little bit to about $3,000 to $2,700, putting the golden pan at about 1,800 to 1,900 keys. And it's difficult to put a price on a really rare god tier unusual weapon, but I have seen and heard that there's been a couple unboxed that went from anywhere from like 1,000 to 1,500 keys. But let's say it's really special and some collector comes out of nowhere and they're going to pay an outrageous amount. So it's like 2,500 keys. Let's just use those numbers. So breaking it down, you can see that on the low end, you would get somewhere between 11,900 keys, so almost 12,000 keys. On the higher end, roughly, you would get 12,700 keys, so just under 13,000 keys. If you want to round those up, 12,000 to 13,000 keys. If you multiply that by a pretty average, a pretty fair price for keys, which would be like $1.70, you end up with $20,230 on the lower end and $21,590 on the higher end. You could just average that out to $20,000 to probably $22,000. So just think about that. The highest tier unbox for MVM, for an unusual hat, for an unusual weapon. Does that sound like a lot? Like to me, it actually doesn't sound that high. Now maybe you could get a little bit more on certain items, a little bit less, but for the most part, let's just say $22,000 to even $23,000 for the 3 most expensive items in the game. For me, I don't know. I thought it would be a little bit higher. I don't know. Maybe because I've been trading a long time, I was kind of underwhelmed by that. But then again, I think about it, and this is only 3 items. So it all depends on your perspective and where you're coming from. If you're younger, this sounds like a ton of money. If you're older or you have other bills or more expensive cost of living, it doesn't sound like a lot of money, but definitely it's nothing to scoff at, $21,000, $22,000. But again, it's all perspective because it sounds like a lot of money if you're buying like Chipotle burritos or Happy Meals. You're going to fast food. Like you could fill up your entire room with burritos and Happy Meals with $21,000. That's a lot. Or you could, buy keys back again. Maybe you get 1,300 keys, you unbox and you just go crazy, try to make your money back. That's a lot of keys. Or same with MVM. You could buy a ton of MVM. What is that, like 21,000 MVM tickets and just go crazy and play like a gazillion tours, see what happens. That's another way you could spend your money. Or if you like to build computers, you could build some amazing computer rigs. You could actually make like an entire entertainment center, like a home movie theater for 21, 22 grand. Definitely doable, but that's probably not the best use of your money, obviously, but that's just an example of how $22,000 can seem like it gives you so much. You can get so much out of this money. However, if you were to use that money to pay off a big chunk of student loan debt, it's going to disappear real quick, and it might not even scratch the surface of your debt. I went to grad school and 21 grand helps a little bit. I'm just going to say that. It's not going to help a lot. It's going to help a little bit. Also, if you have medical bills or house bills or you got to repair your car, like any of these bigger bills, that money is just going to disappear instantly. Or if you want to buy a home, put a down payment, or just buy a decent car, say your car is breaking down, you want to spend all your cash on a car, you can get a good car, not an amazing car. You're not going to get like a high-end sports car, but you can get a decent car, like a pretty newish car. Or like I said, you could invest it and just put your money in there for the long term. Hopefully that 22 grand turns into 40 grand, 60 grand, 80 grand. And if you wait long enough to an old geezer gamer in your 60s or 70s, it'll be $500,000 or maybe $1 million. But there's a lot of different things you can do with your money, but I just want to put that in perspective because it might look big at first, but I want you guys to think bigger and think long term, because although it looks like a lot of money up front, and it's kind of like the stimulus plan in the last video I made where I pretended to unbox a bunch of crates with free stimulus money, which is funny because they haven't even shipped the checks yet. It doesn't even apply to me, and it's just ridiculous. So a lot of people fell for it, and it was kind of funny seeing the comments. I'm like, did you even watch the video? But it relates to that because this is kind of like surprise money. Like it almost feels like it's free money that just fell out of the sky on your lap, so it's easier to just blow it and waste it. So I want people to get into the mindset that although it's a big chunk of money, have a plan, allocate it to certain things. If you need help paying your bills, it goes there. If you have medical expenses, it goes there. If you need to fix up your car, you're having issues, it goes there. But if you're just going to blow it on like, putting expensive rims, upgrading your computer, then that's great. But that money could disappear and nothing has changed in your life, like at all. Everything's the exact same, but you have nicer rims and you have higher FPS, frames per second because you updated your graphics card and TF2 runs a little bit smoother, and then it's gone. It's like nothing ever happened. So there's better things that you could do with your money so that it lasts long term. I've been talking about investing for a long time. I think if you're in a position to invest some extra money, that is a great option because that's only going to help you in the long run. And the people who have a plan, who start early and think about this stuff, always win in the end. On a final note, something I think is very important to think about, because this could happen to you, obviously maybe not in this case, but would you even enjoy this if this happened to you? Like be honest. Of course it'd be nice to win the lotto or, to unbox God tier items on the first try, but think about how good it feels when you finally sell or trade your item that you've been dying to sell. Like you just can't get rid of it no matter what. You're trying so hard to trade this item. You're sending trade offers. You always get declined. And then finally a trade goes through, like, oh my gosh, thank you. Now I can move on. All this pressure is gone. And you're actually excited. Like you get this new revitalizing energy to trade a new hat or to wear a new hat. And that's part of the process. When you do that, you learn better. You become, you have thicker skin. You become a better trader. You get more experience. You just become a more, advanced person in general because you're improving yourself along the way. And you have these little success stories. If you just got everything handed to you, like you win the lotto, or if you know anyone who's like a trust fund baby, they're not really fun to be around. Their lives don't end up being that great because they don't learn anything. They don't know how to take care of money. They don't know how to work for things. They don't know how to enjoy the process. They don't have any highs or lows because if you were to get all the most god tier items in the game just right away, boom, 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 and you sell them and you cash out, it's like, now where else do you go? There's no more up. You've already reached the top. You've already had the most luck you can possibly have. So it's like, there's nowhere else to go besides down. You're just going to quit and move on. Like there was no fun experience. Like that money is just probably going to disappear or get blown on something. It's almost like it never even happened. So I'm just saying this to emphasize the idea of enjoy the process, enjoy the struggles, enjoy the challenges, enjoy the conversations, the negotiating, working your way up. It's so much better, and I'm sure you guys as well have so much more respect for someone who started at the bottom and worked their way up than the guy who just had it all handed to him. So don't be afraid of the challenges. Don't be afraid to grind and go through all the tough times because it's only going to make you better and make you stronger, and you're going to have a huge edge over people who just had things given to them, whether it's with trading or in real life or business. The person who's put in the time and their effort is always going to be way ahead of everybody else if they really want to be. So thank you guys for joining me on this fun thought experiment of what would happen if you had the ultimate beginner's luck. You just got the best of the best items on your first time unboxing, a hat, an unusual weapon, and a golden pan and MVM. That would be amazing. It's like everyone's dream, everyone's fantasy just to get one of these items. So if you can get all three on your first try, that is like a gold. That's just a 1 in a trillion chance of that ever happening. But if it did, I'm curious what you guys would do. So down below in the comments, let me know if this happened to you. What would you do with the keys? What would you do with the $22,000 to $23,000 of cash? You could obviously blow it and it's gone really quick and you didn't even notice it, or you can invest it and allocate it different ways. So I'm curious what you guys would do with this extra money. So good luck out there if you're unboxing. Have fun and casual. I hope to see you guys soon, and keep a lookout for the next video. Peace.
3, 2, 1.